Maybe they have my size, I think, the thought too bright and too loud, but it's a lie. Yeah, I know. I stand out in a crowd of tiny tits and tiny bodies, so I'm ushered to the back, to the plus-size purgatory where beige and more beige tell a story of control, of compression, of holding it all in, a tapestry of discomfort where my beauty is considered sin, straps dig, bands shake, and cups overflow. I can't take it. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most troubled of all? It's me. I am in this body, my...
Run. Run. They are hunting. Boots stomping, sirens howling, voices spitting commands you don't understand or don't have the time to. Hands up won't matter. On the ground won't matter. They see black before they see human. They see target before they see child. Tick. Another body left bleeding in the street. Another name turned into a trending topic. Tick. Another mother screaming into the void. Another father swallowing grief like fire. Tick. Another verdict. Another lie. Another killer walks free while we carry another coffin. You can beg, you can cry, you can burn it all down, but they don't hear you over the sounds of their guns. Serve and protect, lock and reload, the land of free where black skin is a loaded weapon and white spear pulling the trigger. And when the cameras turn away and the outrage dies, when the world still moves on like it always does, the clock still ticks, the sirens still wail, the graves still fill. Tick, your name could be next. Tick, mine could be next. Tick, time is up.
There's a gun epidemic in our society. Overpopulation, one in every home damn near. It's terrifying how much it can cause. Left untrained, your name may be next in the obituary if not tread carefully. Gun stores full of them, alone, waiting to be taken into desk drawers or a drunkard's home and let it clean up his messes. Pointing at fights you couldn't resolve yourself, dreams you couldn't shoot towards, so you load up a responsibility for them. Then you question why it jams if you keep pulling its trigger. Owners are so negligent with them, showing them off any chance they could get, showering it in oil to give her a better shine on their Facebook, their prized possessions of death. And the names they give them nowadays are absurd. Eric Harris, Jeffrey Wise, Song Hui Cho, Adam Lanza, Snyder Hall. What ridiculous names for guns. It's like they were always meant to cause pain and harm, or maybe it's the path they were pointed at from the start. There's an epidemic of them. But maybe taking them away isn't the answer. Maybe we should train the owners instead.
From sea to shining sea, but the only thing George got to see was the devil through the eyes of the police. But Officer Lane could see and see and see and watch William until his eyes no longer shined. We the people, who's we, what determines a person, perfect union, justice, tranquility. We are screamed at for not being tranquil, but maybe we know justice shouldn't have to be fought for, caught for, shot for, brought forth. Fighting because there never should have been a war. Posted on the back of the penny, 1 cent, 1 cent. All it took was 1 cent for the dogs to come pounding after runaway slaves, and they hunted and hunted until they watched blood cascade, red, white, and blue, an African American's nightmare. Oh, say, can you see what I can see? And I can see the slaves working in dawn's early light, and there's no gleam in their eyes with broad stripes on their backs and stars surrounding their minds. And the slaves who are gallantly screaming, their pain pierces the air like red rockets bursting. And the few that escape in the night give proof of hope, but when they see the flag still there waving, screaming in their face that they will never be free and have little to no chance at being brave, they are reminded America was never created to fit them. We are taught to throw pennies in fountains to make wishes. How come mine still haven't come true? I wish I could write without it being a showcase of black talent. I wish I could properly speak without someone saying, wow, did you know black girls could speak? I wish I could dance without being a black girl dancing. I wish we could burst suns and not threats. I wish we could hold wallets and not pistols. I wish our people could have sung songs that weren't escape routes. I wish people would care to listen to my poems in months that aren't February. Tell me how Martin had a dream, but we are still left wishing. A penny has never been a showcase of freedom to me. Pennies may not be for us to wish for, but why should that stop us from wishing? We should dream up something so big the only sound is inequality squishing. I want my daughters to know princesses can have melanin without turning into frogs. I want our culture to beam in everyday dialogues. I dream of people knowing our diaspora, because love we are a master of. And our arts and voices were never meant to be contained in Africa. I want my children to be born with a sense of liberation. I want them to know a world not centered by Caucasians. We must never cease to dream. We must dance among the flames. We must each acknowledge our blame. We must be the flowers growing in sidewalk cracks. We must never let love be what we lack. We must feed our children's aspirations. We must give their hope foundations. We cannot simply throw a penny in the fountain. We must carve the whole world with our wishes.